Hi, I'm Laura Meadows, and you're watching Let's Talk About It with Raheem Mitchell.
Let's talk about it. Say I just heard about a show. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Where the independent artists go. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Nisi got a new EP. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Stephanie's doing comedy. Let's talk about it, talk about it. That girl from LA and let's talk about it, talk about it.
And now your host of Let's Talk About It, Raheem Mitchell.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am your host, Raheem Mitchell. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am pleased to have the beautiful Laura Meadows here with me today. So I'm going to introduce to some and reintroduce to others, Miss Laura Meadows. Welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Oh, thank you so much. It's great to be here.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I was working until about 3 in the morning on another film called I Love America.
Right.
From a French company. And but I'm awake. I'm fully awake now.
She said, enough Starbucks in me. I'm ready to go.
I had some coffee, yes.
All right. All right. By the way, who's the designer of that dress?
I am.
You are?
Yeah, I
Really?
am. I am a fashion designer. I have a degree in fine art. And so I've worked in that field for a while.
Okay.
And I'll stand up so they can see. But I designed the fabric, and these were sold in Dillard's department stores. So I did a lot of work for 4 years designing clothing for Dillard's department stores.
Okay.
So I'll get up so you can see the fabric.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So now I remember you and I did a movie some years back with Mr. Sid Burstyn. It was, I believe it was a thrill. It was Get Thee the series, right?
Right, right. Get Thee Behind Me, the series. And I played Celine Slater, or Miss Slater, or however they chose to address me. And I was the wife of Silver's wife,
Right.
and then I was having an affair also with a gang member. So I was a mafia wife,
Right.
and having an affair with a gang member, and getting pregnant, and it was, and now it's being redistributed again as
Yes.
Crown Royal.
Yes.
So and some of the scenes, some of the lost scenes are put into it, which I've seen, and they're just wonderful.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see that go back out again. And then we've worked on a new series called Incandescent Love. And in that, I'm a detective.
Right.
And that started to make the rounds of film festivals.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be seeing that on network fairly soon.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about Incandescent Love and a little bit about your character?
Well, like I said, I'm a detective, but I'm having an affair. But I'm trying to get information, and you don't really know. I'm single. I live alone. I have a child with one of the other police officers, but we're kind of strangely together, not together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have an affair with one of the suspects of several things. a suspected-looking person,
Right.
who is our friend, Sid Burstyn.
Yes.
And he creates lots of different movies and series. I'm very pleased to be working with him, as I know you have been
Yes.
too.
Yes. He will keep you working. That's one thing he will do. He will call you like, hey, I got this. Are you interested? Yes or no? No, you ain't got no audition. Just if you're gonna do it, you're not, then I will move on. You know, that's just how he is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Sid likes to keep it moving.
Yes.
And usually when he calls me, though, he knows what I do, and he's right on the money, and I like what he proposes, so I generally accept everything that he sends my way. It's always been a pleasure to work with him and his lovely wife, Betty.
Yes. That's
Let's
two.
not forget Betty.
Can't
Betty is a
forget it,
writer.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Betty's a writer for many of the series, and she is an absolute sweetheart.
Yes, she does. And scripts are perfect.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
So-
they are great.
I see you have a lot of movies that's out and that's coming up. So you want to tell about your movies and the characters you play and things like that?
Yes, I have two that will be distributed by Lionsgate, and they are both horror films. And one of them I can't talk about yet because it's supposed to be a media blackout on it.
Right. I mean, you was explaining to me when we did the phone interview.
The one I really want to talk about, I
Yes.
can't. But I've seen some of it. I've done some ADR. For whoever doesn't know what ADR is, that's kind of like a voiceover,
Right.
where you do it with the film. And I'm the third lead in it. And then what has been released from the same writer-director, Thomas Churchill, who is a fantastic talent. Whenever I get his script, I have to read it immediately because it's so good. I'll sit through the night and read the whole thing.
Right.
But Devil Rue, and it's about magic and voodoo and revenge in New Orleans.
Wow.
So yeah, and it has me down as a tree figure, but I'd say more like tree witch.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and then you're just going to have to see the movie when it's released. I don't know how much I can say about it without getting in trouble.
That's true. Well, we don't want to get in trouble. But so take us through what you had to do to prepare for that particular role.
I have to get into the mood of a somber, and I've watched a lot of horror movies ever since I was a little child, so it's kind of ingrained in me what I have studied for a long time. My mama used to let me stay home and watch movies instead of go to school.
Right.
I'd tell her what I wanted to watch, and often it was a horror movie.
Okay.
So I'd studied, my preparation has been lifelong. I've studied them all my life. And I have had the pleasure of being on the sets with Rob Zombie and Darren Lynn Bousman. And those are both fantastic sets. And so I pretty much knew what I was going to be doing, and then you really, really start to feel the character when they put you in the costume, and then you become the thing.
Yes.
The thing. And I'm not going to really be recognizable in either film because the character is very different than who I am personally.
Right.
So those should be very exciting when those come out.
Oh, okay. So all of the horror films you have done, which one would you say was the most challenging for you?
Let me think. Probably the one that I'm waiting on to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, it was challenging. Oh, I don't know. One thing I find challenging is sometimes wearing the contact lenses
Right.
that they put in my eyes, like if it's white or if it's red, because it's hard to see. I had to do one movie entirely blind
Wow.
and act like I was blind, which was not a stretch because I was.
Right.
And they had to lead me around, like, stay with me, lead
Right.
me around and put me in the right position. And so that was challenging whenever I have something on my eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so interested in, 'cause I've interviewed a lot of people, but I haven't interviewed someone as far as they're doing a horror film. All these horror films like you say you're doing, and it just seems like it's just inside. You're like, yes, this is what I want to
Oh, it's
This
a
is
perfect.
this is like my thing.
Yeah.
And I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah.
It's just very. I could see you playing Carrie's mother. Remember the movie Carrie?
Yes, of course. Yes. Oh, I would love that. I would have loved that. Oh, for anybody looking to remake that thing again,
Yeah.
here. I'll be Carrie's
She was
mom.
like here.
Here, right here. I can put her in that closet and make her pray.
So would you want to have be cast in the like the Poltergeist or something like
Oh, yes. I loved Poltergeist. I thought that was great. Also, Annabelle and some of the other ones. Anything that Rob Zombie makes. The Munsters, I'd like to be in that one. I've also done comedy and won some awards for comedy. So I'm kind of, I do different things. And I've also really, really enjoyed doing music videos and dancing. In music videos. I also do some singing, but not. Sometimes they'll ask me.
that? Okay, so tell us a little bit about the comedies you have done.
One that's won quite a lot of awards. I'm from Missouri, but I've lived in Texas and Arkansas, Oklahoma. I've lived all over, but I've also lived in Connecticut. But this was a Southern character,
Right.
kind of like the people back home in the Ozarks. And so I used I naturally have a Southern accent that I try to cover up most of the time. But I was able to get to use it, and they have an entirely different way of talking and expressions. And so it was so cute. I played Daisy was my character, and they were trying to match make, and I had a sewer backup, and they were trying to fix that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, you're already laughing. It was so cute.
Right.
So that's on my different things that I've done. It's on my Facebook page.
Right.
And also on my IMDb. It's easy to look up Laura Meadows.
Yeah.
Sorry, and they can see that.
Okay. Right. And then you said you did music videos. So
Yes.
what would you say? What was the best one you just enjoyed? Or you had like a great time on the set?
Well, everybody talks about the Foo Fighter one. I did a Foo Fighter one, and we had to run into the ocean, throw our clothes off and run into the ocean in February.
Wow.
And it was cold.
Yes.
In Malibu.
Okay.
Yeah. And we had to do it over and over and over, and everybody's freezing and going, aren't you done? And so the cameraman got in the water, and he said, all right, I'm going to get in with you. And he said, this is it. This is the last shot. And then he goes, guess what, guys? We got to do it again.
No.
We're like, no. And so he gets back in the water. He goes, I'll get back in the water with you. So he said, this is it. And we do that. And he goes, oh, I got to tell you, we got to do it again.
No.
And he goes, and I'm not getting back in that water with you.
Wow.
So he does it again, and we're throwing off our clothes and jumping in the water. We're good, we're done. But the whole time this is happening, there's a wedding next to us.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a couple getting married on the beach. And I don't think they knew that we were going to be there during their wedding, throwing our clothes off and jumping in the water. So, but they were good sports about it. They came over. I was supposed to be in the music video with Beyonce and Lady Gaga, the telephone video, and I was supposed to play a prison guard. And I got there, and you can't go anywhere and be sick nowadays, but then I had the stomach flu, and I toughed it out, and I got there, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. And they said, oh, we're sorry. We decided to cut that role.
Oh.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Oh, you feel my pain.
Right.
Yeah, you feel my pain. But I've done some other wonderful videos. Oh, one I did more or less recently that's had 52 million views was Uno.
Okay.
And that just took off. And I was the nosy neighbor that was calling the police on the people that were partying. hey, Holmes, you know, and they were partying. And so I had the phone, and I looked outside, and the police were really out there.
Wow.
And I said, and we were about ready to be done, and I said, wait a minute, get over here with the camera.
Right.
The police are out there.
Uh-huh.
Because that's who we were referring to in the video, and it was completely spontaneous. We didn't call them,
Right.
and we got them on film.
All right.
Little do they know. Well, if they've seen the video.
Right.
So I'm happy for the success of that video, and there's others that just really love that kind of work too.
Right. Right. So, out of the films you did, what would you say is the one that really you just felt like, oh, this is it, this is Oscar moment, this is this moment, and you was like, ah.
The one that hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
Thomas Churchill.
Thomas Churchill.
Yeah. I felt really good about that, and we should be, I don't know of projects yet, but I would imagine we'll be working together again, just like Sid tends to call us. But I always feel that that major role is still yet to come.
Yes.
Because if you feel like, oh, I've reached it, I've succeeded at it, and now I'm done, you can never feel that way.
Right. Right.
There's always room to grow
Yes.
and learn, and that new project is a new world. And I love all the new worlds that open up. So I don't really feel like you reach that.
Right.
You just, it's more process oriented than result oriented for me. So I just love to step into the different worlds as long as I can be able to do that.
Right. So, if your 8-year-old self was sitting here, I'm your 8-year-old self.
Okay.
What would you say to her?
A lot of things. You're going to get smarter when you get older. I tell myself that.
Right.
Don't be stupid.
Okay.
I would have said to my 8-year-old self, you know, I had an art career, but I would have liked to have started the acting earlier in my career. And a lot of my friends were in theater when I was in college, and I would like to tell myself to focus on that also, at least to do both more at the same time and to pay better attention to that. And to get out to I got out to California as fast as I could, which was not easy.
Right.
I don't, people in California, I feel, and in entertainment are very lucky.
Right.
You're already here.
Yes.
But for those of us that from Missouri and elsewhere that have had to work to get here, and we're finally here, and we feel so fortunate. And we just want, I would like people to realize how lucky they are to be here already.
All right. Well, I want to say we are happy that you made it here to California, and I want to say I'm happy that you made it here on the show.
Thank you.
I was just given a 5-minute wrap-up sign, so if you would look into the camera right here,
All right.
and just give everybody your platforms and talk about what movies you have coming out, and just let them know how they can get in touch with you if they want you for a role or things like that.
Yes, please. If you want me for a role, please contact me. You can go to IMDb Pro, or just IMDb. You can find the name of my agent, George Baker, and then also my manager. It's Panache Management. And you can get a hold of them, or you can get a hold of me directly on my social media. I have a YouTube channel. I have Instagram seems to be super important right now.
Right.
And it's Laura_Meadows_actress. And also, well, there's my Facebook personal page, which is completely full, but I have a fan page. Jump on there. So there's many different ways to reach me. but you can go through my management company, my agent, or me, and I would love to hear from you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard Miss Laura Meadows say, get in touch with her by any means necessary.
And I'd also like to thank you for having me here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was, like I say, it's an honor to have you here, and I enjoyed interviewing you, and it was great. And
Fabulous.
I mean, hey, let's see it. No, hey, that was a good one. He suggested you. I said, okay, let's do it. So.
Well, I hope you have me back when some more movies come out.
Yes.
Like the one I'm talking about that I can't talk about.
Okay. Whenever you have my number, you have my contact information.
Okay.
As soon as it's out, whenever it's released, if they're gonna have a red carpet event, I'll be there, interview, do all that good stuff.
Oh,
We'll make it happen.
wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, I definitely will.
Okay.
And then, of course, Sid's work when that gets on the air.
And things like that.
Crown Royal and
Yes.
Incandescent Love. Well, Crown Royal, we're both in.
Yes.
So we can talk more about that one.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are,
Hey,
yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in to my show. And remember, don't ever share your 8x10 dream with somebody with a 5x7 mind. My name is Raheem Mitchell. God bless. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Let's talk about it, talk about it. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That girl from LA and that guy